Hello and welcome to your JCTV Daily News Update. I'm Lyndon Schmidt. On the show today, I'll be speaking with Student Senate Vice President Anthony Morrison about what the Senate is up to in an attempt to give not only the students of JC, but the community a better idea of what they do. But first, in local news, the public is invited to attend a service in observation of Dr. William Wojner's 30 years of service as a member of the music department faculty at Jamestown College. The program will be held at 4:30 p.m. Saturday in Voorhees Chapel. Wojner and 3 Jamestown College alumni organists Susan Bartle, Pamela Burkhart, and David Morlock will perform organ solo selections and lead congregational hymns. The entire service will be led from the Black Schlossman pipe organ, a gift of the late Anna Jane Schlossman and her family of Fargo in memory of the late George Black and the late William Schlossman, both of whom had served on the Board of Trustees at the college. The instrument, dedicated in 1999, is the 3rd pipe organ to be installed in historic Voorhees Chapel, and the instrument was built by the Johnson Organ Company in Fargo. It is one of the 5 largest pipe organs in North Dakota. And now we'll have a chat with Vice President Morrison. Anthony, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Lyndon.
Are you excited or what?
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't get in front of a camera too often.
Yeah, well, you're our first guest, so let's hope this goes well.
Me too.
All right, I'm just going to ask him some questions. First of all, school's been in session for about 6 weeks now. Can you tell me what the Student Senate has been up to? What have you guys been working on so far?
Well, we've been keeping pretty busy here at the Senate. As little as people know, we're actually in charge of a lot of the activities and a lot of events that are going on with homecoming right now. And especially this week and the week before, we've been keeping very busy with that. And other than that, we've been setting up a few committees for fundraising for things that we're going to raise money for on campus this year, and also doing work with ECOS and the administration in regards with dealing with recycling on campus this year.
Okay. And I understand you guys have elected freshman senators?
Yep, all 6 of them were elected, and 5 of them are sworn in, 1 will be left to do, and also we had another sophomore senator elected this year as well.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, I served on Senate from 2006 to the spring of last year, and I'm curious about a project we worked on near the end of the school year. Can you explain for the viewers what the equipment rental program is and how that works?
Okay, last year a committee that I served on called the Fundraising Committee raised money so that we could buy equipment that could be rented out to students on campus out of the Foss Center. So far we've raised quite a bit of money, and we've bought in a few things like bikes and a few other pieces of equipment that eventually, after the administration sets up a way to allow these things to be rented out through the Foss Center, students can borrow them for a weekend for as long as they want and get to use them. Other things that we plan on buying are some winter equipment like sleds and snowshoes and bocce ball and baseball equipment and other stuff like that for students to rent out.
Okay, and it's not ready to go yet, but when do you think that'll be ready to rock?
I would really like to see this done before the end of this semester. There's a little bit of a concern because most likely we'll have someone through work study have to work at the Foss Center to rent these things out, so that's probably the last thing that would have to be considered with the administration.
Okay, so you do see it happening this year then?
I would believe so.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you guys up to date on that one because that's a pretty good program. I think it'd be pretty fun. A good idea by the Senate. Okay, so we have a new president this year, Brandon Bosey. And during his campaign last year, he said that he would attempt to make the relationship between the students and the Senate a closer one. Mm-hmm. And now that he is president, how do you see that playing out so far?
I think it's going pretty good. He definitely encourages all the senators to get out there and be open to all the suggestions and the concerns that senators may, or that students may have towards the senators, and is always very encouraging when it comes to reporting what the senators have for constituent reports, and is always eager to help with all of the concerns that we have at the Senate.
Okay. And so now that homecoming week is drawing to an end, and that's what you guys have been working on a lot lately, what's next for you guys?
Well, I think after homecoming week, we might just take a 1-week break because everybody on the Senate has worked very hard this past week. But after this, we will be having a family weekend that's coming up. And there's also a little bit more work to do with how recycling on campus is going to be going. And just a few other things that the Senate will be sure to keep everyone posted on campus.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on today. And we look forward to having Anthony back on the show in the future to keep us up to date with the Senate.
Anytime you want.
All right. Now to campus happenings. Last night's homecoming festivities included a battle of the classes in the Hanson Center. Representatives from each class competed in shaving, eating, relay, and tug-of-war competitions. At the end of the fun and games, it was the seniors that prevailed with the win, of course. Who else was going to win that one, right? And tonight, hypnotist Fred Winters is back in town. He puts on a great show, and he'll be doing his thing at 9 o'clock at the Ryland Auditorium. So make sure you check that out and get there early because it's going to be packed as usual. Now for your weather tonight, according to weather.com, there's a 100% chance of precipitation. So that's pretty much guaranteed. And there's going to be a low of 39 degrees. Ouch. It's already getting cold. It's already getting down into the 30s. That's not good. Also, we'll have winds of about 15 miles per hour. And your weather for tomorrow looks like it's going to be pretty similar with morning showers and a high of only 52 degrees. But the rain should stop in the afternoon with cloud cover hanging around then. And in sporting news, golf and men's soccer were both active today, with golf hosting a duel at the Jamestown Country Club against the University of Minnesota Crookston. The women are coming off a second-place finish at the Minot State Invite earlier this week, where sophomores Jeanette Washburn and Heather Selmer placed 5th and 7th, respectively. Head coach Ryan Thompson is happy with the way his women are competing thus far and spoke of them saying, quote, "We've been saying all fall that we feel like we're a top 2 team in the conference, and we proved it this weekend." Men's soccer is looking to break a 4-game losing streak with a combined score of 2 goals to their opponent's 9. And their match against Providence College started at 5 today, so we'll get you the results of that during your Friday update tomorrow. Also, 2 Jimmy women have been honored by the Dakota Athletic Conference for their outstanding effort in their respective sports. Senior Kayla Fee was named the DAC Setter of the Week for having 65 assists and 23 digs to help Jimmy Volleyball sweep Black Hills State and South Dakota Mines to move into sole possession of first place in the conference. Also, sophomore stud Katie Conlon was named DAC Women's Cross Country Runner of the Week for her 15th place finish at the Roy Griak Invite over the weekend. She covered 6,000 meters in 23 minutes and 33 seconds while competing against schools from the NAIA and NCAA Division II. So congratulations to those girls, and keep an eye on them as they consistently do well in their sports. That's the Thursday broadcast for everybody here at Jamestown College Media Center. This has been Lyndon Schmidt with your JCTV Daily News Update, connecting the campus with the community.